here's what's happening at Ewetopia Farms today. And today it's gonna be a haying day. If I was gonna have a little pet flock, I think I would have Texel crosses. Ferdinand's one of the rams who's gonna retire here. We always recommend, if they're on pasture, to deworm them.
It just isn't drying because it's too dense.
I'm guessing that's it for today. We gotta wait for the part to arrive. So let's get started. And here's my little Pippi. Hi, Pippi. Good morning. I know some of you think this is a crazy start, but this is such a nice start. Pippi, hi, sweetheart. Hi. Come here, come a little closer. That's it. You're gonna get tangled in there. Come on. Yeah, come here. And we got Slade here not too happy about something. Was I taking too long, Slade? What's the noise about? You got that vicious look about ya. I gotta see if maybe Scotty's trying to get by. Let's go see what Slade's upset about. What are you upset about, honey? It is Scotty. Hi. Leave Scotty alone. Come on, Scotty. Come on, Scotty. There we go. Was he a little scary? He is kind of freaky. He's kind of a freaky guy. But you stay here with little Pipsqueak. Yeah, we'll get your food. Everybody can have food and get along. Hi. Hi. Come on up. There you go. There, now we can see a little better. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're a silly Lou. Yeah, you are. Oh my goodness, you are a funny pussycat. Yeah, you are. And it hurts when you do that. Oh my goodness. Hi. 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 Hi, Mike. Okay, so much for the cats. We'll get these fed, and today it's gonna be a haying day. I just discovered someone here who we haven't seen for a while. So I thought before we got on to haying, we'd stop in and visit with Angel. Now, where is she? She was here a second ago. Where'd Angel go? Angel. Hi, honey. Come here. We haven't seen you for so long. It's always been the youngsters who've come up. Hi, Angel. We haven't seen her for so long. Testiva and Thelma and all the others, they vie for attention, and the old girls kind of just lay back. Oh, sweetie, you're adorable still. People ask what my favorite sheep are, and of course, there's so many favorites. But I have to admit that anything that's a Texel cross really takes your heart, because I don't know what it is about that cross, but in general they're all like this. Just little cuddle bunnies. I found that with chickens too. When I used to have chickens, we had like the layer hens and we had the meat hens, and always those big fat girls, the meat lambs and the meat chickens are always the most friendly. They're laid back and just lovely. Yeah, you're lovely. Anyway, Angel's lamb May and her other lamb are both still in our keeper group. So the genetics continue and the lines continue, despite the fact we say we want to get only into purebreds. If I was going to have a little pet flock, I think I would have Texel crosses. Yes, you're lovely. Just lovely. Anyway, that's it. So all the sheep got fresh hay today. They're all eating really well despite the hot, humid weather still that's going on. Cats are fed, and Arnie's off to the field to continue with the third cut haying saga, which in a few days should be over and done, and that'll be it for haying this year. Phew! I was just going to the milk house and this cat was by the drinker, and when it turns this way, come on little pussycat, the eyes are glowing. Pussycat! Hi! There's a Halloween cat for ya. Pussycat! Pussycat! Hi! I thought that would be the end of my filming, but you can never resist Ferdinand. Ferdinand always sits here with his head on the gate. You're such a big boy, Ferdinand. It's hot, isn't it? Just terrible hot. Oh, you're a big boy. Hi, sweetheart. Oh my goodness, it's really hot today. I don't know why it's so hot. Yeah. Ferdinand's one of the rams who's going to retire here. And what qualifies him for retirement here is that he's been a good ram for us, produced a lot of lambs. He's been here a long time. And he's never, ever, in breeding groups or at any other time, been a hitter. He's always been a lover. He's got personality. Usually when he's outside, he wears makeup in the form of war paint. But it's just to warn the others off and to show that he's very handsome. It's not to cause a fight, because he's not a fighter. He's a lover. So Ferdinand stays here. People wonder why we have so many rams, but a lot of our rams become this friendly and they just retire here. We feel they've earned it for sure. I just can't see sending Ferdinand to market. It just seems totally wrong. Okay, I couldn't resist. I put the ram lambs in a new paddock. So they've all come out here. And I thought we'd check them out for a bit. We got a couple that didn't figure it out and they're still in the old paddock. But they'll work their way over like these guys did. Because our sheep are on pasture when they are sold, we always tell people to deworm them as soon as they get home. That way our parasites don't go onto their farm. The people who just bought 1 or 2 sheep at a time, we deworm them as they left the property so that they actually saw it being done. And it's a good thing we did, because the lady with the daycare who bought the little felon ram, we dewormed him, but she also had a fecal test done on him and he did have worms. So they're going to retest him in a month, because we did treat him before he left, and he was not symptomatic at all. His eyes were the right color, he was eating well, he was in good condition, and he didn't have diarrhea and he didn't have a swollen jaw. So he had no symptoms of having worms. However, not all sheep do have symptoms, and that's why we always recommend, if they're on pasture, to deworm them, because if they're on pasture, they've got worms. I asked them what type of worms he had, but they just did a fecal count. They didn't say what type of worm it was, and they were going to find out, but I don't know. I would assume that if you're counting, you would want to know the type of worm you have so you can treat it appropriately. But all our sheep look good here, the ones that are at our house, so we're still going to follow our farm rule where we wait until the killing frost before we deworm them. That way all the worms will be killed in the pasture as well, and they'll be killed in the sheep. But unless they're symptomatic. If anyone is symptomatic, we will definitely deworm them on an individual basis. But we find that that's what seems to be helping with resistance, because the dewormers do seem to work at our farm on our sheep. So I think it's because we don't over deworm. So
we just got 1,455 bales, and the hay is quite moist. It's nice grass, nice alfalfa anyhow. So got the one half done. And I'm just going to do the other half right now. I just mowed that down an hour ago. I'm hoping that's going to be ready to go in the morning. So I got to wrap these bales I just made right now up, get them home. And I had a little trouble with the round baler. I'm going to look after that today. And hopefully we'll start mowing hay at another farm today. Tonight probably, mow hay at another farm. So this hay here was just trying to get more hay in today. Cut a day and a half ago, and for a number of reasons it's not drying. And I'll just show you what's happening here. So there it is there, you can see that. Day and a half, and it looks like it hasn't, underneath it hasn't dried a lot. It's pretty dry on top. I'll show you. See, that's what it looks like right there. But when you flip it over, it's quite tough. So, kind of pressed for time. I'm thinking I'm going to leave it sit for about an hour, and then I'm going to bale it up. It's going to be wrapped, so I mean, see, that's pretty green right there. Not too dry. But yeah, I want to get going. I just cut another piece, another farm down too. And yeah, so what's happening now is, well, it's September 18th. It's actually blistering hot today. Like, it's really hot. But probably the biggest problem with this hay right now is you can manage hay that's a little thinner easier than hay that's too heavy. And this stuff is pretty heavy, quite a bit of hay on this field, and it just isn't drying because it's too dense. But that's dry on the outside there, but it's not dry here. Anyways, it's going to be wrapped up in plastic, so I'm just going to bale it anyhow. I'm pretty positive this is going to hit 50%, 55% moisture, which is okay for wrapping bales. And I'm just finishing up right now, and I'm going to get home and get started. Just started baling, and we'll just check this here for a second. Battery's good. So it's right over 40. Check another spot. Over 40. Let's check the core of the bale. So it actually doesn't feel that wet, but yes, I think it's right on the money. So we're gonna keep going. Got the baler fixed, and 57 bales.
So I'm heading to the field. Arnie's baling hay, and I think it's too heavy because it's really wet still, and the baler's just broken. So I gotta go over and take a picture of the part that needs replacing. So it looks like a spring that might not be very important because he just discovered it, and for all he knows, he's been driving with the spring broken for like days. So I sent them a message, sent him a picture. They're not responding. So we're just waiting, but I'm guessing he's gonna try finish this field without the spring.
It's not important. What do you think it's on there for?
The part is ordered, but he thought maybe he could get away with finishing off the baling without the spring, so he's just doing a test bale to see if it works. And I see what it does. It makes the belts loose. So I'm guessing that's it for today. We gotta wait for the part to arrive. Closed it. I don't know. I'm not sure what it's supposed to look like, but it didn't look right to me, but he inspected it and seems to think it looks right. This is the second bale. It was a giant spring that broke. It's not just like a tiny boing boing spring. It was like 2 feet long, so you would think that it's a critical part of the baler. So I'm shocked that he's able to still make bales. You would think a part that big would be critical. He only has 6 more rows to do, and this field's finished. So he's made the executive decision to finish the field. And the next field, he's got to chop it down and lay it out, and he's got to wrap these bales that he made and stack them. So by the time he's done all that, the baler should be repaired for the next field we're doing. This is the last of our alfalfa third cut hay. After this, there will be no more haying. No more haying videos, guys. And we'll have our hay in for the year. But we're just trying to finish up the last few fields, and it's all over. And then it's into harvesting the crops.
bale of hay for the morning. So I'm not sure what time it is right now, but I am done for tonight. Guess you can't see me very good. I got a big day tomorrow. We're going to another farm tomorrow to cut more alfalfa down. And I'm hoping to bale again tomorrow. I have a broken spring in the baler that hopefully it's going to come in overnight, that part. But the spring, actually, Lynn's probably going to tell you, but the spring's broken, but we actually just kept making 50 bales. I think it's just a tightener. It kept working. So, but hopefully that part comes in tomorrow, and we get that fixed, and we gotta cut hay, rake hay, bale hay tomorrow, get hay home tomorrow, and wrap hay tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
So I went and picked up the spring. It came in on an overnight delivery, and right now Arnie's trying to install it, and he's having difficulties. Okay, he thinks he's got it on. So right now he's gonna try turn it on and see if it snaps, because he says it's feeling a little tight. So it's that spring up top that broke. See that green spring? We're gonna assume this is working now, and he's gonna head out to the field to continue baling. He finished the field yesterday. This is the next day, and he's got another field that he's working on at the moment at another farm, so he needed the baler fixed for this other farm. He managed to finish the baling yesterday without the spring. So you wonder how critical the spring actually is. But it's on now. And he's off. And with that, we're going to call that a day. Thanks for joining us again, everybody. And please stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. Bye for now.